Andre, man, it's great to have you again.
Man, thanks for having me again, bro. I appreciate it.
A year ago, I met you at imaging. You're busy. You're busy, man. You're like, I got like 10, 15 minutes, and I think we did like a 12-minute or 13-minute episode.
Yeah, it was quick. It was like really just quick and to the point.
It's like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Andre. Here, I do this, I do that. And then it was after the fact that we just started communicating more and more and
Right.
more. And buddy, man, you're a great guy.
I appreciate that, man. I try to be, man. I try to be, you know?
It's hard because, there's so many wonderful photographers, talented people here in the industry,
Right.
and you don't know who they are really as a person. You know their brand, you know their work, you know what they do, you know that people like what they do. They take their classes, they do this, they do that. But what I love about this is that I get to start to talk to people,
Right.
the people behind the brand, the people behind the work, and understand how an artist is an artist. And
Yeah, yeah.
with you, man, you are a godly man. That I come to realize that about you, and I respect that about you.
I am, man. My faith is important. Like we I don't walk the straightest path, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my faith is super important to me. I believe in treating everybody, just with respect and dignity, the same way that I want to be treated. And I think that when it's all said and done, that it translates down to everything else. Like I pray all the time, like, look, God, when people see me, I want them to see you and nothing else. This Andre Brown character that has been built up over the past couple of years, that's fine and all, but when people see me, I want them to see you before they see this Andre Brown character.
I tell you what, when I see Andre Brown on TikTok or whatnot, there's not much difference between the Andre Brown that I've come to know and that Andre Brown. Yeah, you're talking about lighting, you're talking about weddings, you're talking about,
Right.
the importance of, why you do luxury and et cetera, et cetera. But it's still you. There's a lot of people out there that are one way because that's their brand, and that's fine. Do
Right.
you. And then somebody else entirely when you get to know them. But
Right.
you're just you.
Yeah, man, I like to have a good time. Like I'm super silly. I have a silly personality or whatever. So I'm always gonna try to find the silliest joke in a particular situation, make people laugh. But outside of that, like just being helpful in general or whatever, because that's we were put here to serve, right? So I'm gonna do my best to be sure that I lend a hand. Obviously, you can't do that with everybody,
Right.
and you learn that you can't do that with everybody, right? But, I just walk that line as straight as I possibly can.
That's great, man. That's great. I know I mentioned it last. It's too hard now. Your bokeh hoodie is in that bag all the way over there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But let me tell you, why did you go with these amazing colors, man? This retro. I have a purple and a pink one for my wife.
Right,
Like,
right.
why? What led to this?
So, you know, uh, Bokeh Academy in general was founded based on I wanted to create an education platform that highlighted speakers of color, just in general, right? Because just in the industry as a whole at the time, 10 years ago, because even though Bokeh Academy has only like been known to everybody for like 2 or 3 years, right? I knew day one that this is the path that I was going to go down, right? And back then, you could get on some of these education websites and stuff like that, and you wouldn't necessarily find people of color, right? And now that's changed a little bit, but not it's still not as much, right? But people there are people who like to learn from people that they feel like they can automatically identify with, right? Like there's women's conferences up and down the
Right.
in the industry, right? There's 10 million women's conferences or whatever, because women feel like, oh, we can band together and they can relate to me in a very different way, right? Well, that translates down to other things as well, right? Culturally, and especially even like I do a lot of cultural weddings, and Nigerian weddings, Indian weddings, like that type of thing. And it's always funny with those because it's me, I've been doing Indian weddings for 10 years, right? But every Indian wedding, people think that this might be your first. Oh, you need to do this, ma'am. I know this better than you do, right? But, you know, understanding that, you know, people just identify with someone else in a way that's just different. Like they like to feel represented. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the Bokeh Academy brand was initially built. So when I did the t-shirts for this year, because I slacked on the t-shirts for last year, had so much going on. I waited to the last minute. I was just like Bokeh Academy and Bokeh Summit, like just kind of kept it like that. So after I kind of got through all of that, I was like, you know what? Let's take all the popular Black TV shows from the 90s and create Bokeh Summit t-shirts based on that. So we did Fresh Prince, we did Martin, we did Living Single, we did Friends, which is not a Black show, right? But it's still from the 90s, like that retro 90s thing.
Right.
And people have been loving them. So in terms of like the different colors of the hoodies, it's just a matter of, what colors would look good or the logos would look good on that. You know what I'm saying? And it takes you back to like the 90s. Like, I don't know how old you are, right? But I remember being, in the early 90s, fourth, fifth grade, cross colors was like the big thing, right? And were those big, bold, bright colors or whatever, and they built a massive brand based on that. So yeah, we just took it back to the 90s, and I named the collection the 90s collection.
I came to this country in 96.
In 96.
I was 11 years old.
Okay.
From Venezuela. So
Okay.
it was interesting because there was the Latino culture, right?
Uh-huh.
Because we're just moving. I don't speak English.
Right.
A lot of Spanish TV. But I got into the school system and I got quickly thrown into like pop culture and etc.
Right.
So Fresh Prince, a lot of these shows, I learned English watching all the shows. Hell, even Married with Children. Probably shouldn't have been watching that, but I did.
Man, Married with Children is classic.
All that stuff. It's interesting because when I saw him, it clicked.
Right.
It was nostalgic. I was like, oh my God, I got to get one.
Right.
And I went bold. Purple, pink.
Right.
Give me the most boldest one you have. And I cannot wait to wear it. I mean, I'm going to die if I wear it in July, man.
Not at Bokeh Summit because their hotel is freezing cold.
Okay, great. I'll wear it then.
I got on a hoodie here. Like, now keep in mind that all conference long, it's been hotter than normal, right?
It's still hot.
But when we're in here, it's freezing cold in this particular room. So I haven't even had this on all day long. When I came downstairs, I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring my hoodie down so that, I won't be freezing cold in the lobby at the bar.
Yeah, no, that's probably why I feel so comfortable wearing this. I'm not cold. I'm not nice. It's
Right.
nice. It's nice. But I was sweating. I had that skylight hitting me and it kept moving.
Oh, yeah.
The sun kept moving. And so I kept baking. So it's great. It's great. So Shutter, man, like how long you been doing Shutter for?
This is the 10th year of me being a photographer, and I found out about ShutterFest right after I decided to be a photographer.
Wow.
I built my entire wedding portfolio in the beginning here at ShutterFest.
Wow.
And I booked 34 weddings my first year after having that portfolio,
That's great to hear that because a lot of people do photograph here and ask themselves, it's just going to be something I can sell and why? And you took that and ran with it, man.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, the stuff that I captured, it was trash. You know what I'm saying? But it got me the clients that I needed to get at the time, which eventually ended up getting me to the point where I started creating these images that ultimately became images that I've won a number of awards for over the years. I've turned that into, 2015 was the first year I attended ShutterFest. That's when I started. 2019, I came back as a speaker,
Wow.
And then now graduating from that to having my own photography conference, speaking at all of the other conferences throughout the industry or whatever, teaching classes and everything, and I was always like, nah, nobody wants to learn from me. Like, I'm not super technical. Nobody wants to learn from me. Like, I'm not the best person to learn from or whatever. Now people are like, bro, do you do one-on-ones? Can you do a course on this, that, and the third or whatever? And, you can't count yourself out, one, but two, you might have one plan, but God has a completely different plan for you and what it is that he wants you to do. I was never comfortable, like just in general, being in front of people, speaking in front of people. Even now, like I rock with the people that I rock with. I hang back, I chill. And everybody's like, oh man, you just so chill. Like I'm super quiet until I start the shenanigans and we have a good time and you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, it's definitely just been the blessing, this entire journey.
That's great. I don't think I've asked you this. I don't remember asking you this back in imaging because I don't think I was asking this to anybody. Is art something that is unique to you or does it go through the family?
No, like I guess my dad has always been into things like music and things of that nature. Ironically, now that you say that, my brother can draw. Like
Really?
my brother can draw anything exactly the way that it is, but he's not an artist. He's never taken to art or whatever. It's just something that he knows how to do. People are like, oh, I got a brother or that's a painter or whatever. When I tell you this dude could draw us exactly how it is right now, fresh out of the gate, you know what I'm saying? He could do that.
It's natural art.
And it would just look crazy. But, ironically, not many people know this, but my father named me after the artist Renoir. So that's my middle name. He was Renoir. He was in art school at the time. And you know, my long story short, my mom's best friend was supposed to name me. When I was born, there wasn't no name, so they were like, "Hey, look, we need a name." So my dad named me Andre Renoir because he was in art school. My father's just a person that's just like he loves information. He loves to learn things. Which, ironically, I'm the same way, right? But yeah, I'm named after my middle name is Renoir. I'm named after the artist Renoir. So to end up being an artist as a photographer is just super ironic. You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
it led the path for you to go that.
Yeah, it was just like it was God ordained, and I had absolutely no idea.
I want to wrap it up with this. What has been one photo that you've taken for someone else, not a client, could be somebody asked you to take a picture with a phone or whatnot,
um,
but you've taken this picture and it just stayed with you, man.
Definitely client work. So I remember 2017, I attended WPPI for the first time. That was the first time I heard anything about like image competition or anything like that. And I remember sitting in a room at image competition and you see these images, and I was like, bro, I will never be a photographer that captures images like this, that wins awards and things of that nature. And I'm like, you know what? I'm completely fine with that. Show me the money. I just want the money. As long as I can pay my bills, I'm fine. A month later, I took this image. Well, it's a great image, groomsman shot. I use it on the homepage of my website right now, right? It's probably my most popular image ever. But 2019, I entered my first image competition. I entered that second place overall in the category or whatever. And became like this defining moment for me in terms of my photography style. That was the first time I ventured out from shooting what I thought people wanted to see, which was like the stuff that you see on the knot, to doing something that was just like very editorial, like the magazine worthy or whatever. I took that shot and effectively, and I say this very loosely, effectively, that image completely changed my life because it let me know that people are okay with not seeing the stuff that is on the knot. They appreciate the style that I want to shoot. Moody, contrasty, or whatever, cool, sexy, you know what I'm saying? No, none of the bright and airy, that type of thing, right? So it became a game changer for me. I just started converting all of my stuff like that instead of this, that one image. I've won tons of awards. Again, now I'm a speaker. I'm an ambassador for a crazy number of brands or whatever. And I don't think that that would have happened had I not just been bold and done what I wanted to do style wise, and then was just sticking to what I figured would just be a paycheck for me. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. And ironically enough, then you started judging in image competitions too.
Yeah, I started judging image competition in 2021. So after I got second place in 22, excuse me, in 19, I got third place in 20. And I'm talking about one specific conference. I've gotten first and second, other places with those images. But then in 21, they invited me to become a judge, right? Because they're like, yo, we love your take on images or what, because I'm very critical. I'm very critical of my stuff. So, if you think I'm critical of other people's stuff, I'm super critical of my stuff, which is why I don't post on social media a lot, right? So, that became, oh, we love your eye, let's have you come in and be a judge and on and on and on. And, so now people, they value my opinion when it comes to images for whatever reason, right? But yeah, I was just kind of like thrown into all of this. I never expected this to be any of this. I just expected to shoot, get a check, pay bills, live comfortably, and that was it.
That wasn't the plan, man.
That
That was
was,
not the plan.
that was not the way.
Andre, where can people find your work that may not know about you?
Every social media outlet of mine is gonna be Andre Brown Photo. I made it easy for everybody. My website is andrebrown.com. You can go check me out there. There's also the conference stuff. So Bokeh Academy, bokehacademy.co, Bokeh Photo Summit on Instagram and all the other socials and stuff like that, you know. So if you're looking for me, that's where you can find me, man.
Good deal. Well, I should be seeing you at Bokeh. It's not going to be this crazy setup, but it'll be similar.
Yeah,
But all that matters is just talking to people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm there for.
that's it, bro.
So far, these conferences have been great. Peculiar was great. Bliss has been great. I can't wait to see yours, man.
What's up, man?
It's been great, buddy. Now we get to the fun part. Now we get to find a photographer. I don't know if there's one around here. I just take a photo of us, like
4 million of them over here.
I know, I know. But all right. Hope you all enjoy it. I love this guy. This guy's great. Check out his work and the Bokeh. It's something else. Definitely check it out. Thank you, man.
All right, thanks, bro.